We have done Aries Ascendant, all the 12 houses, and Taurus Ascendant, all the 12 houses. So today I have come in this live session for the Gemini Ascendants. Today I am going to start Gemini Ascendant in all the 12 houses. We would be covering some houses in today's session, in this first episode of Gemini Ascendant. Now let's make a blank horoscope with number 3 in the first house. So it means the Gemini Ascendant natives first house has Gemini zodiac sign. What does it signifies? It signifies, first of all, the energy of third house is coming into the first house, and there it is playing the role. The energy of third house is coming to the first house and joined, and it is impacting the first house. This is the first thing. Secondly, Gemini zodiac sign. The lordship planet is Mercury, and the element is air. Now, what is happening when the third house energy is coming in the first house? This is very interesting. What is third house? Third house is the house of communication or social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, or media, or messaging, any kind of communication through text message, through WhatsApp, through mail, all kind of communication. This is third house. Third house is also the house of short distance travel. Okay. And the third house is the house of our daring, our risk taking factor. Third house is the house of our siblings. So now all these elements, all these attributes are coming to the first house of Gemini Ascendant people. So it means that Gemini Ascendant, and the first house is our body. So our body, our physical appearance, our character sketch. So the Gemini Ascendant people in their first house, it means they use their body to communicate. When they are in communication, they are using their body. They are using their hands, they are using their expression, they are using their gestures for the communication. And they are very that inbuilt quality of taking daring step physically. They use their body to take a daring steps or risk taking factor physically. And what else? They would like to travel, or they enjoy short distance travel. Physically they want to go for nearby distance, nearby places, So they are physically involved in these moving their self in nearby location or a short distance travel. They enjoy that. And about siblings, they are very much physically attached with their siblings, because third house is coming into first house. First house is our physique, our body, our character. Their whole being is very much attached with their siblings, their brothers and sisters. And something else, because of the Gemini ascendant in the first house, and the element is air, so their approach towards their body lacks practicality, or you can say lacks consistency. For instance, if they have planned to exercise their body, to, for example, they are going for a gym or any kind of physical routine, they sometime or most of the time they skip. Because of the air element, their approach towards their body is not very grounded, practical or earthly. So they lack consistency. And this is the frustration, because they are physically daring people. Gemini ascendant people, they are physically daring people. But because of with this quality, they want to change their physical appearance, because they think that they are physically daring, but they should be in their portrayal, they in their appearance of the physical body, they should be like a robust physique. To some extent they are successful, but they would not able to fulfill their targets in majority of the case because of the air element of Gemini zodiac sign. So the commitment, that groundedness, professional approach, that practical approach is missing because of air element. They think a lot, they imagine a lot. In their imagination, they conceive that I should have this kind of body, I should have this kind of character. But while approaching, while going ahead with that, with fulfilling that dream or ambition of their wish, they lack practicality. And this leads to frustration. And this is very interesting. And if the position of Mercury, now here, two things need to be considered. First of all, the lordship of first house by default is of Mars. So in case of Gemini ascendant people, first of all, now what is happening, that the communication is connected with Mars also. So they are very aggressive. Excuse me. They are very aggressive in their communication, because the communication, the Mercury is somewhere connected with Mars. And what I was supposed to tell, that in order to check the status of first house of Gemini ascendant people, we need to check two planets. The first is Mercury and the second one is Mars. If Mercury is badly placed, then the baseline of first house is weak. If Mars is badly placed, again the baseline of the first house is weak. And if both the planets are very well placed, then the foundation of first house is very strong. They would able to achieve their target much comfortably. And in some cases, the position of Mercury is in doldrum, but the position of Mars is very strong. So again, they are aggressive in their communication. Sometimes they lose temper in their communication when they are involved in conversation, because Mercury is not supporting. So two planets need to be checked in order to check the status of the first house of Gemini ascendant people. But what I have explained, this is fixed for all Gemini ascendant people. They are aggressive in their communication because of Mars and Mercury is joining in first house. And the rest all depends upon the position of Mercury and Mars. Now let's move to the second house of Gemini ascendant. Second house has Cancer sign. Now that is their weakness. There lies the thief of the horoscope in Gemini ascendant natives case. The thief of the Gemini ascendant is the second house, or the the weak point, wherever the volcanic eruption occurs on this earth, that is the weak point, where all the eruption or that lava comes out, which is there at a very high temperature, around 6,000 degree centigrade, down, that mantle is that lava comes out from the weak point, which is there on earth. So Gemini ascendant people, second house is the weak point. Their voice, their vocal cord, the face, and it doesn't mean that they are weak. When I say second house is the weak point for Gemini ascendant, I am not telling that second house they are weak. Their face is weak, their voice is weak. It's not like that. But they are carried away when something happens related to the second house. If there's some issue with their throat or respiratory system, they are very upset. If something happened to their face, for example, if they are to travel under the scorching heat of the sun due to some reason, and the heat of the sun is falling directly on their face, and they feel very irritated, or due to some reason their face is showing that the tiredness or not well kept, so they feel. Now again, there are two more planets need to see when we need to check the strength of second house. First of all, in case of Gemini ascendant, the first one is Moon, the lordship of Cancer, and the second one is Venus, the default honor of second house. So the two planets need to be checked. And Cancer zodiac sign. it has water element. So they have a flexible voice. Or related to the food eating habits, they are not very adamant. They somehow adjust. But then, because this is the food eating habit, they cannot tolerate hunger. Their mood is upset. They might felt bad state of mind, or they might get angry if they are hungry, and if the meal is not getting arranged due to some reason or due to some negligence of other people. So they get carried away. And the second house is our savings. So their saving is very just like the tides of an ocean. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, and this is the habit. Habit in the sense, this is the nature of the second house of Gemini Ascendant people, because of the water element, and that too of Cancer zodiac sign. Here the nature of water is like the motion of tides, slightly up, down, up, down. But they want the things should be stable, and they get frustrated if the things are not stable. That is why I have told the second house is the weakness of Gemini Ascendant people, and their relation with their family, where they are raised and brought up, that relation is also very dicey. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. It also depends the position of moon and Venus, and which planet is aspecting on second house. If the aspect is good, things alter. If the aspect is bad, then again issue arises. So basically these are the few things where the Gemini Ascendant people gets carried away. So they need to disciplined if they want to strengthen their second house. Discipline with their food intake, discipline with their voice, discipline with their savings, and discipline with the relation of their family. They need to maintain their face. Then they cannot take things for granted when they are to take care of their face. But this is very interesting. So for the Gemini Ascendant people, take care and don't get carried away by the attributes or features of second house, because this is the house where the thief is living, but most of the energy is wasted if Gemini Ascendant people gets carried away. So I'll end the session here only. Before I end the session, and I want to tell a few things. First of all, subscribe my channel, press bell icon so that you could get the latest updates of my live session and videos, and share these live session, these videos to your friends or near and dear ones who are interested in authentic astrology, the astrology which is going to help them in their real life. And I am giving 7 days Vedic Astrology Foundation course. That is 2 hours daily for 7 days. I am available in Malvi Nagar, For offline, who wants to come, they can come, and for the online, they can also join. That would be on Google Meet. So all the options are available, and thank you for listening. Enjoy your time. Bye bye.